Spika, wajua afisi akitaka kumla mwanawe usema ananuka mbuzi. Mheshimiwa Spika,
authorize the Powers and Privileges Committee to summon the president, or
we know corruption is a big issue in this country, but the Bible reminds us, while look at the speck of sawdust in your neighbor, where you yourself, you have a log inside your eye.
To encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of parliament, because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the president, and even the president himself.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. I've listened to members of parliament crying. All of them are complaining about William Ruto'S remarks that they're being bribed. And you know, I've really related their cry and the relationship that they had with William Ruto back then with a pig that ni kama nguruwe. Let me just say it in Swahili. Ushaona nguruwe wakati ambapo anafugwa, unaweza pata nguruwe ambaye analishwa vizuri sana. Nguruwe anapewa vyakula ambavyo hata wanyama wengine hawapewi. Like it is in one place. This pig inaweza kuwa imefugwa inapewa chakula kila wakati. But what the pig doesn't understand is that at the end of the day it must be slaughtered. In other words, I'm trying to say, kila ambacho najaribu kusema kwamba hao wabunge walikuwa naandaliwa. It's like they were being prepared by William Ruto, you know, being fed well, you know, being given a lot of money to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, a lot of things happening, a lot of issues here and there, you know. Every moment there is a call, they respond positively because they know that there must be something in it. But they didn't know, or they didn't realize that William Ruto was just preparing them that one day is going to slaughter all of them. So right now, all of them have been slaughtered, like they are on their own, including majority leader Kimani Ichungwa. In fact, now Kimani Ichungwa is the one that is crying, saying that Ruto is no longer listening to me or picking my calls. He only listens to ODM people who did not even vote for him. Who are these ODM people? Is it John Mbadi? Is it Oparanya? Is it Raila Odinga? Is it Wandai? Or who are they? Or Ali Hassan Joho? I think those are now the experts that William Ruto is listening to. I don't even think if William Ruto is listening to people like Oscar Sudi. He's not. William Ruto, you know, actually, I've really listened. I've just like I've told you that I was keenly following the proceedings in Parliament. The morning session was adjourned because the members of Parliament did not come. Ni kama walikuwa wamekasirika. They were just doing, ni kama walikuwa wanafanya push-ups mahali tu. They were just doing push-ups, waiting for the afternoon session so that they can come and roast William Ruto. So, in short, what I'm trying to say is that not everybody, all of these people are not safe. William Ruto knows very well that people are tired with him. So what he has done is that he's not going down alone. I'm not going down alone. I can't go alone. I have to go with all of you. I have to go with you. So you know what these guys are saying? I've heard Kimani Ichungwa saying that the parliament has got, the legislature has got the power to impeach even the executive members like William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. That is why they impeach the deputy. So even William Ruto is under them. So they can impeach him and William Ruto cannot impeach them. So they are calling for the impeachment of William Ruto. They want William Ruto to go to parliament so that they can roast him. Before I give you this video to watch up to the end, I want to say this. That while they were doing things, while they were enjoying, unajua walikuwa wanafurahia sana wakijua kwamba perhaps maybe their time will not come. So wakati wao imefika and they have got no escape route. They can't escape. Let them make noise. I'm very happy, by the way. Personally, I'm very happy with what's going on. Because now they are feeling what Kenyans have been feeling. They are now feeling what the Gen Zs, everybody has been feeling out here. Well, when it's their time, they cry for themselves. In fact, right now, they are coming together. Wanaungana wote to fight for their rights. But now when it's time to fight for our rights, they don't come. They don't even come together. There's wengine wako sijui wapi, wengine wako wapi. Oscar Sudi saizi hatuwezi mpata hapo. Oscar Sudi is not even in Parliament, did not even attend. But do we say? I want you to listen to this up to the end, and then at the end of the day, drop me a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you're watching this video from. Watch this.
A motion of adjournment to debate this otherwise very
As
serious.
As Wandeto takes the floor, how much time can I give everybody? 5 is... I have 1.5 hours for this. Can we do 3 minutes? With your leaders taking 5. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Like you have said, I had brought a petition to you. Mr. Speaker, you need to protect me.
Yes, give Wandeto an opportunity. Wandeto, you have 3 minutes to compose your...
Yes, thank you. So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to start by saying that this House, the House of Parliament, is a temple of democracy in this country. This is where the will of the people is exercised in accordance with Article 95 of our Constitution. And so whenever there are allegations of the nature that has been made in the last 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker, it is a matter of grave national concern, and that is why you have done the right thing to stop all other business of the House to ensure that members are able to ventilate into the otherwise very serious allegations that have been brought against this House. Mr. Speaker, I am very committed to the principles in the Constitution of integrity, transparency, and good governance. And Mr. Speaker, what we have seen the last 2 weeks is worrying. It started, I think, 2 weeks ago with an allegation by a senior member of the executive that there is indeed allegations of bribery within Parliament. I was at the devolution conference last week in Homa Bay, and none other than His Excellency repeated the same. The following day, the Prime Minister repeated the same, that there is a lot of bribery and corruption going on in this House. Mr. Speaker, to take you back to the events of 2024, these members of Parliament were nearly killed in this House as they defended democracy and the rule of law. Mr. Speaker, after that, there were some allegations that money had changed hands. I think there was a figure of 2 million that time. And members, some of them even lost their property. Their houses were burnt. Others lost livestock and other things. So, Mr. Speaker, an allegation of bribery against a member, especially the figures that are being touted, even makes it, we feel endangered as you walk the streets. People, first of all, imagine you are some 10 million or some 150 million, and others possibly think you are the worst enemy of the people. Mr. Speaker, you know we have been called MPs. We have been called all manner of names. So as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge you, as the leader of this House, to do whatever it can, Mr. Speaker, to defend the integrity of this House. Mr. Speaker, this House has to stop being a choir for the executive. Mr. Speaker, this week we have also seen, and now I think, Mr. Speaker, the chickens have come to roost. Mr. Speaker, I invite the members of the executive to read Matthew chapter 7, verses 3 to 5. We know corruption is a big issue in this country, but the Bible reminds us, while look at the speck of sawdust in your neighbor, where you yourself, you have a log inside your eye. Mr. Speaker, as I finish, it appears some people are falling, but we will not allow them to fall with the whole House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Otienda Molo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will beg that I be added 2 minutes for context as a member of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Mr. Speaker, first of all, let it be clear, I am a member of the committee. I have never sought or received any gain or advantage to support or oppose anything, except as by law and my conscience and my constituents. Mr. Speaker, the simple sequence of that long statement read by my chair is that this was a government bill. sponsored by the Executive Office of the President. And we were told that we needed to pass it to remove Kenya from the grey list. In compliance, and it was signed off by the leader of majority, we complied, it came here, it passed. Where is our fault? Should we have rejected it? Because if we did, then you can blame us. Mr. Speaker, if that passage of the act and the amendment was procured by any corruption, then that corruption can only come from the Executive Office of the President. Because they are the ones who wanted it to pass. And if that is so, then three things follow. One, that either the President or someone in his office knows who gave the bribe. Two, the President or someone in his office knows who received that bribe. And three, they know why it was given, because obviously it could not have been for passage. It's even more annoying that it is alleged that some 10 million was given. Do you know 10 million to give the members, that's 28,000. So it's being alleged that members of this house are cheap as 28,000 to pass a law. It's even more annoying. Mr. Speaker, some of us have reputations and careers beyond this house. So when you attend a forum where for the first time in a PG, live TV has been invited, and then you are being accused of that kind of thing, it is so insulting, it is so demeaning, it is so unfortunate. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this, that even if there was such a supposition by the President, Standing Order 42 gives him the opportunity to write to you a special message, which then you can table and we can inquire into it, not to be paraded and demeaning as if we are criminals. Now, the way forward, Mr. Speaker, I want to suggest that our only way forward, you see, in this house, we cannot discuss people adversely, because Standing Order 83 all the way to 107 restrict our discussion. But for us, unfortunately, no one protects us out there. All sorts of allegations are made against you, and you must just sit and listen. Our only ventilation is Standing Order 191.
Phone case sprinkling.
I want to suggest, Mr. Speaker, that under Standing Order 191, where we have our Powers and Privileges Committee, the Powers and Privileges Committee, 191(1)(a), is allowed to summon any person to appear before it for the purposes of giving evidence or providing information. This house has been called the house of extortion. This house has been called a corrupt house. This house has been alleged to have received some 10 million. My suggestion, Mr. Speaker, authorize the Powers and Privileges Committee to summon the President, or if not the President, then the head of public service and the secretary to the cabinet to come and tell us about these allegations, because we don't know how to protect ourselves out there. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, inasikitisha sana. Bunge hili ndio limeshika Kenya kwa mkono, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Tumepitisha bills nyingi sana zao, hata hii ya money laundering. Mimi nilikuwa against kwa sababu najua kuna watu ambao wamekuwa targeted, Mheshimiwa Speaker, ambao ni wa real estate, na hatukuwahi kufuatwa na mtu yoyote, Mheshimiwa Speaker, lakini ilipita hapa bila chochote. Kwanza katika wabunge mimi ni maskini sana, Mheshimiwa Speaker, kwa sababu hata pesa ya ngafu ni kidogo, haitoshi paka natoa mshahara wangu napatia wananchi huko na baki bure. Sasa ikiwa hapa tunaweza kuambiwa kuwa wabunge wamepewa milioni 10, tunataka kujua nani alimpa, makusudi yake ni kitu gani, alimpa kwa nini, na hii bili ina siri gani kubwa mpaka itolewe 10 million, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Mimi, Mheshimiwa Speaker, nataka kusema sasa hili bunge tutatoa majembe yetu store, turegeshe kama tulivyokuwa pale mwanzo, ndio sauti zetu zitasikika, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Haiwezekani wabunge wanahangaika, wanateseka, hawana pesa, alafu hata hii mambo ya CDF. Mimi sijui kwa nini hapa tuliwapa county government 485 billion, Mheshimiwa Spika. Sijui kwa nini haiwatoshi, wanakimbilia 54 billion ya hili bunge, Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati hatuoni kazi zao kule mashinani. Sisi tunasema bunge hili litasimama, na ikibidi wanataka tutoe devolution, basi tutaitoa devolution ibaki kama ilivyokuwa zamani, kwa sababu wanabunge hawezi kuwanyanyaswa kiasi hichi, Mheshimiwa Spika, mpaka kwenye televisheni wanaitwa wezi, wanaitwa extortionist, wakati ambapo mimi mama Mombasa najiangalia sina chochote, Mheshimiwa Spika. Hata ukienda kuangalia akaunti zangu wenyewe watashangaa. Leo Mombasa nikaambiwe mama Zamzam, nyinyi ndio mmeiba pesa, nyinyi ndio extortionist, nyinyi ndio nini. Siwezi kubali, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kama mtu anataka kwenda chini na sisi, mimi nitaenda naye chini. Asante sana, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Parliament is under attack, Mr. Speaker. And if you go on social media, read a newspaper, switch on your TV, continuously, this house is under attack. And Mr. Speaker, it has gone to the level where it has even gone to the funds that go to the people that we represent. That is CDF and KERA and GAF and the other funds. Mr. Speaker, the executive must respect this house. Members of this house have stood with the executive. Even though some of us have been opposing, members of this house have stood with the executive and supported them on all their agendas, including becoming extremely unpopular with the population because they were making sure that the agenda of the regime has passed on the floor of the house. But Mr. Speaker, now they have been thrown under the bus. It happened last year, even after passage of the finance bill, that the executive president again said that that bill was unpopular, and yet he's the one that had been telling members to support it. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that we must make sure that as a house we fight together. Mr. Speaker, there's something that is going on with the executive. When they say that this house has corrupt practices, I've been seeing empowerment agendas, empowerment forums all over the country. Mr. Speaker, someone who was just the other day a CS is able to give about 2 million, 3 million every week in a function, in fact 2 or 3 functions in a week. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell you, what we need to do is start auditing the executive also. When they say there's corruption on the floor of this house, we also ask them, where is all the money you're spending coming from? Because, Mr. Speaker, this is a case of the pot calling the kettle black. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that it is important as a house we defend ourselves. Mr. Speaker, it shocks me when the executive goes completely against the Constitution, and members of, I'm lucky I was not in the lecture room yesterday, but Mr. Speaker, I hear that even articles, provisions that are there in the Constitution were actually thrown under the bus also. Because when you say that the Senate has no authority to go and oversight counties, basically that completely goes against the Constitution. So as a House of Parliament, all of us, National Assembly and Senate, we must stick together and ensure that we're each other's keeper and we support each other and pass the bills that are good for the people of this country. And Mr. Speaker, hold the executive to account. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Because we have that singular role as enshrined in this Constitution, we don't do it as a favor to anybody. Not to the President, not as a favor to those serving in the executive. We do it on behalf of the people. Therefore, I want first to encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of Parliament. Because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the President, and even the President himself. That is why this House has powers under this Constitution to impeach those in the executive, and those in the executive can do nothing to remove you from this House. Absolutely nothing. Because that is how we crafted our Constitution, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have listened to many of the contributions, and let me take particular interest to what the Honorable Otiende Omolo said. That we have a Powers and Privileges Committee in this House, Honorable Speaker, which fortunately is chaired by none other than yourself. This Powers and Privileges Committee has the powers and a singular mandate to receive complaints, as Honorable Otiende Omolo said, from whatever quarter against any member of Parliament who may engage in any manner of impropriety, whether within the precincts of Parliament or outside Parliament, Honorable Speaker. It is not fair to condemn the House in its entirety, Honorable Speaker. We have young members like Honorable Njeri, Honorable Joses, who just joined this House the other day, Honorable Speaker. We have older members like the Honorable Keinan, the father of the House, who has been here for a long time, and yourself, Honorable Speaker. When this House is condemned, you are condemned. The Honorable Keinan is being condemned. The Honorable Njeri and Joses here are being condemned. Honorable Speaker, if there are people who have suffered, I am among those people who have suffered immensely from this condemnation. I was a sponsor of that bill the Honorable Murugara was speaking about as leader of the majority. I saw yesterday when figures of 150 million shillings were mentioned that relate to the Senate. There are people who went on social media to say, oh, that is the 150 million Kimani Ichungwa used to purchase I don't know what where. Honorable Speaker. No, this time they didn't mention a chopper, they were mentioning shares I invested in a bank. But I have invested an investment I have made, Honorable Speaker, from money I have borrowed from our own parliamentary circle and my other circle in Muhasibu. Fortunately, Honorable Speaker, when they banded those stories, thinking they are maligning me, the share price of NHIF has risen by 2 shillings. And therefore that investment, by the very essence of their maligning stories, has gone up. And today I can liquidate them, pay off my loan, and walk home with a clean, tidy amount, tidy sum. But you cannot vilify me for that. Nobody should vilify any member of Parliament because they are members of Parliament, Honorable Speaker. When we vilify one person in this House unfairly, we are vilifying the institution of Parliament. And we must protect and defend